Shout out to Purple Beats on the beautiful mellow beat. Back with another video. Yeah. Back with another video. Again, shout out to Purple Beats with the fire beats. What's good, Dana? But yeah, like the title says, I was looking into some things, and I was like, you know what? When I'm done doing something I'm working on right now, I'm gonna sue YouTube for shits and giggles. You know, I'm not looking for nothing. I just want to get them in court, right? Well, obviously they're gonna bring a lawyer, but they're gonna have to bring information. What I put in this lawsuit, they're going to have to present the information. So I'm just gonna do it for shits and giggles, also for research to share with you guys on what they do, and I'm gonna like walk. I'm gonna actually document the whole process. It should be pretty. It should be fun. Like I said, it's for shits and giggles. It's not for anything. It's not for. It's just because I can. You know, I'm just doing it. You know how they like delete your channel and shit just because they can? I'm just gonna sue them just because I can. And it's gonna cost them, you know, some money. I mean, it probably just nickels in the barrel, but I just want to see, you know, I just want to see, and it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be hilarious. So, and it's gonna make them prove, like, you know, it's gonna make them have to bring out their own, you know, their own policies. I'm gonna make them show how they go about doing what they do, because whatever you put in a lawsuit, they have to rebut it word for word, point for point. All right, and I actually got, I'm doing the suit, but I got somebody in the cut with a background that I won't discuss, kind of like, okay, yes, that, you know, the process, you know what I'm saying? Somebody in the cut that is that knows, you know, but obviously they can't file the shit. So, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and I'll be sharing it, and I'll show you where it goes, and we're gonna see, because I'm going to use my research into the suit, into them, you know, through all their terms and all their policies, and because I was going through it yesterday, and I was really picking it apart. I'm like, wow, there is actually a lot of they're going against their own shit, and like just basically just sloppy and doing whatever they want. And now it's time to call them out on it, and it'll be interesting who they bring with an attorney, or what they tell an attorney to report to the court. Either way, they got to respond, no matter what. Even if they don't want to do it, they got to respond. It's like back in the days when all these people sued the fast food chains, McDonald's, and actually it was a stupid lawsuit, but guess what? They had to go to court. They had to spend big money for lawyers, and guess what? After that, you actually started seeing nutrition facts and certain things on certain fast foods because of that lawsuit. It was ridiculous. You know, like, how could you could go, you're going to eat, you're patronizing the place, right? And you're patronizing the place, and you know the food is junk, but yet you're gonna sue them, and you knowingly paid and accepted, you know, whatever came along with that. And you know, they have to answer. Any suit, it has to be answered, or it's a default. It's acquiescence. So I'm just gonna do it for shits and giggles, because I'll have extra time, and it'll be fun. So yeah. So just call them out, make them spend a couple dollars, and for me to get information to share with you guys on how they do it. Dana, the ACL won't return your calls. We'll take them to court. That's the ability about knowing the law, is you can actually, you can get answers. You can definitely get answers, and people will respond to you. Even when I'm dealing with family court here in Rochester, like, I don't talk to the family court. It's straight the judge's chamber. So, and when you're dealing with traffic tickets, you can go straight to the goddamn, all the way up to the attorney general, and they'll kick it back down, and then you'll get a response from the actual, not even the little town court, you'll get a response from the court clerks, because that's what you're dealing with in this contract law. So, once you get in and you know the basics, it's pretty much easy to make people talk, because they know it costs money to, and it exposes them. So they don't want to be exposed. They don't want to be in the public. They want to keep doing the shit they're doing. So, but what's good, everybody? What's good? The 3 suits that were worthy from OKC here, 19 YouTube at the airport museum. What's good, Zach? But yeah, what I'm going to sue them for is their own. Basically, I'm not going to create anything. I'm going to use their own shit against them, and according to my channels and all that shit. So I'm going to use their own shit against them, and that's what's going to bring them into court, and they have to point out every point that I make from their own terms and conditions, their policies, all that shit, and examples of other shit. How you doing? Can you put me on the, you know what? Just give me a 2-week.
Did you want to do the membership? It's free today, and then it's $19.99 a month, and you get a best flash every time, and a gas discount card as well.
Alright, because I don't know how long I'll have this vehicle, but can I always leave the thing on the vehicle, and I'll have like 10 of them at one time.
What do you mean you have, like the sticker?
Like, I'll sell the car, and the sticker will still be on the car, and I won't even remember to cancel it. So,
okay. What I could do is, because you're supposed to have the sticker, if you come in this lane and not XBT, I could put it on your license plate, and we could either type it in or scan your license plate. You won't have the sticker on the vehicle if you want to do it like that. You just got to keep coming in this lane only. You can't use the XBT lane if you want to do it like that.
No, you know what? I'll just do it, and I'll just hopefully remember to scrape the sticker off.
So you want the sticker then?
Yeah.
I could just put it on the license plate, and you just come through here all the time?
No, because sometimes it's super long.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, but I'll get you a sticker.
All right, yep. So, but yeah, what's good, Gertz? But yeah, I'm just gonna use their own, because I was looking through it last night. I'm like, damn, this is easy to like bring to court and show what they did. I'm not looking to win anything, but I want them in court out of their own fucking mouth, statements on record that I can share with you guys, and that you guys can spread all over the internet, and hey, maybe that'll go somewhere, and then maybe others will sue. All right, people talk about, oh, we need to do a class action lawsuit.
Sign that for me, please. And then just put your phone number on top so I can send you a text message to activate your gas card as well.
Okay.
All right. Gather your other stuff.
And what was I saying? So, oh man, I just lost my train of thought. So yeah, to be able to take all the stuff they say, put it all in a suit, in a document, take other examples of stuff that's viral and shit that I've talked about.
So I sent you a text message to activate your gas card. You get all these benefits up here. That's for you.
All right.
And did you want the sticker up front?
Yeah.
I could do it like this. I could do it on the bottom.
Yeah, I like it up.
Like this?
Yeah, up. Oh, you're gonna put it outside, right?
No, on the inside.
I like it up here.
Okay. So just make sure when you're using XBT, you're really close to the sticker.
Yeah.
It's so high.
All right. I'll stick it right there.
You got it?
Yeah. All right. Perfect.
Oh, hold on. The bubble.
That's all right. It'll work.
Okay, there you go.
All right. Thank you. You too. So, have examples of other shit that's still up there. And just everything. Take the links, take the numbers, because everything is coded. Everything has numbers, everything has URLs and shit like that. And just use all those different examples and put them in there and just make them like have so many points that they have to address each and every single one of them. It's gonna be pretty dope to see how they handle it. And they gotta respond. And it's all how you structure the suit, that they have to respond to all of these different things. If they don't, then they go into default, and then a default judgment can be entered, which can attach a monetary amount in. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. My help wants nothing to do with it, but will give me the steps that I need to say the processes. That's all I need to know. So it's gonna be pretty funny. No, this is the car wash. This is the car wash. But again, shout out to all you guys. Yeah, so that's all I really wanted to make sure my. Yeah, no, this is the car wash. So I'm gonna do that, and it's like I said, it's for shits and giggles. It'll be interesting to see, and if it goes the way I anticipate it going, by them giving information, they're dragging them into court. If they're going to bring an employee from Google or YouTube in there, and you have to attach Google to YouTube because it's one and the same. So I'm going to attach all of those to it. And if they're using the software, like I'm doing research, I already found some things. The software that they use to, to monitor their, whatever they're using. That's basically what I want to do. Is I want to find out, what are these motherfuckers using? Are they using physical human beings? That's what I want to know. And I'm going to put in my document, they need to prove what they are using to go through these videos, to censor and do all this other stuff, and they have to come out and disclose that information. And if it's people, I'm going to have examples of videos from all my channels, because they have record of all this shit, and to see why, who, where it came from that gave that video a strike, okay? And if it was a physical person or if it was software, I want to know the software company, everything. That's all it is, It's going to be very very deep. It's going to be like a research assignment, suing fucking YouTube. So exactly, we should. No, you don't need a lawyer, Zach. And this is the process I'm going to show you guys, how to do. You don't need a lawyer to sue. You just have to know the process. And you got to have filing fee, which isn't much at all. And you can sue them for, I'm just going to create some retarded ass number. And you never know. They may read the shit and they may settle. Who knows? But, I'm going to do it. Like I said, I do have somebody, that I'm friends with. And they are in the background, not helping me, but just showing me the process, because they don't want no part of, you can be sanctioned. An attorney can be sanctioned for, remember, a lawyer's duty is to the court, to the client seconds, corpus juris secundum. All right. So knowing that, lawyers can be sanctioned for filing certain documents for, for people. So I'm going to show you guys the process, and it'll actually be a template. If anyone wants to use it, you just follow along with it. Take some things out, go to Microsoft Word, take some things out, put some things in, You do it, another person does it, everybody do it, they got a problem. You know, people always say, oh, do a class action lawsuit. You don't want a class action lawsuit because that's what they want is a class action lawsuit. Because say we did a class action lawsuit this way and we had 10,000 people. They love that. They're going to have about 3 lawyers and they're going to do a class action lawsuit. You know, and that's it. If you have 10,000 individual lawsuits, now you have a huge problem, right? Because instead of having 3 lawyers, guess how many lawyers they got to have if you're going to retain a lawyer. I mean, this is what I mean. If you're going to, if they're going to retain, not you, but them, they have to retain a lawyer. Sorry, I'm trying to line myself with this track, and my mind is slipping. Hold on, guys. So if there's 10,000 individuals, they got to get 10,000 lawyers, or pay a lawyer 10,000 fucking times because there's 10,000 individual cases. You never want to do a class action lawsuit. They love those. That's why they always mention those. Class action lawsuit. Do a class action lawsuit. You know, when you do an individual filing, a suit, that's a filing. That's a filing fee they got to pay, and that's a lawyer they got to pay for each case. It could be the same lawyer, but it's, hey, that lawyer, you better believe, is going to charge them 10,000 times. So, sorry, Mateo, but that's my thing, man. I play the beats, you know, that's what I do. I was trying to find a lawyer to sue YouTube a couple years back, and I couldn't get anyone. Yeah, they're not going to do it. They won't do it because, you know, there's a lot involved in that. And like I said, they can get sanctioned, especially for the work you do, because they don't want that shit in court. They know that people that sue YouTube and Google does not want that in court. All right. So it's very, you know, it's a very fine line. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like I said, it's gonna be for shits and giggles. But it's more of like a research. Hold on, because it's really loud. Hold on, guys. Yeah, this is one of the. These are one of the. Delta Sonic is one of the largest. Delta Sonic is one of the largest car wash chains, and not chains, but they have the largest car washes in America. They also, you know, they have the biggest car washes in America. There's one that they have 2 drive-through lanes. I mean, it has an indoor detailing, outdoor detailing, a detail shop, free vacuums, inspection station, all kind of shit. It's huge. But I really I like them. And you could do unlimited for, like, it's $19.95 a month, unlimited. I mean, you can go to car wash 20 times in a day. every day of the week. You know, there's no limit. So, what's good, Purple Beats? Shout out to Purple Beats. You know, go to my son's channel, and if you like the beats, you know, he dropped a beautiful one last night. It's a real mellow, relaxing beat. But yeah, Zach, no, I'm not using a lawyer. You know, I'm doing it myself. Somebody, you know, is in the back, you know, just say, hey, yep, you did that right. The process, you know, where the, you know, the avenues, you know, they're not having nothing to do with what I do, you know, on paper. They're just, you know, okay, you file that there, you include this over here, you know, you want to send this to this, that, and I pretty much know that through Google and YouTube's departments, legal departments. So I'm not too worried about that. I just need to know who to include in these MFers. So, and what's it going to be under? There's going to be a list of probably about nine different things against their own terms. Like I said, I'm not including anything. One thing about when you go at the system, you just use their own words against them. You know, usually everything is corrupt. So the best way to win. Here you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. The best way to you know, get your point across is just using their own language against them. That's it. You know, that works. You know, that works with everything. You know, like when I do family court, I don't interject my feelings. It's facts of their own shit, their own laws, their own acts, their own policies. And that's it. I don't sit there and say, you know, I'm this, and because you did this to me, there's no feelings in law. One thing about law and suits, there's no feelings. It's all policy. It's all rules, regulations, what's on paper. You don't interject your feelings. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, knowing that, shit, I was reading it. I'm like, you know, their terms of service is long, and their policies on how they do things is all right there. And you read through it, and you're like, these motherfuckers they're just doing it because they can. So that just sparked me to think, you know what? I'm just gonna just do it just to fucking do it. You know, just to do it. And I know something just called me to do it. You know, therefore, it's something good that's gonna come out of it. You know. Yeah, Zach, I'll share it with you. You know, I'll definitely. What's good, Bendova? I will. You know, share with you what I'm doing, and yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a fucking fun time. It's like, this is the shit that I enjoy doing, you know, because it gets them in a pickle, and they're like, oh shit, now we got to go to court, and yeah, and you know, shout out to Will Turbot. He did give me some information that I did think of before, and I was like, you know what, that makes sense. And you know, I know Zach probably knows about this, but you're able to stay, your channels on YouTube are able to stay up easier if they are monetized. You know, I don't really want to monetize my shit, but you know, even Will Turbo was like, yo, you monetize it, you can kind of, you know, it's not like, oh, they're just gonna, you know, because it's kind of a business relationship. He told me about incorporating Google AdSense to it, and kind of like where you're in a contractual financial relationship with them. Therefore, you know, they're not gonna just, you know, oh, your channel's gone, you know, over stupid shit, you know. And another person told me this before, but I'm like, oh yeah. But I was like, you know what? Maybe that is, you know, you think about it, and reading the terms of service, I'm like, okay, I don't have any financial connections, only YouTube Premium, which also I'm going to bring up, because they owe me money off that shit, from deleting my channels with YouTube Premium on it, because they all had it. But when you're in a financial relationship with you read all the fine things. When you monetize your channel, there's rules in terms of services that go with the monetization and all that shit. And you're actually in a financial contract with doing business with Google and YouTube. So therefore your shit is more liable to stay on if you have certain things. Like if you have Google AdSense, you could be using that, and they see, okay, you're generating money, so their termination is kind of, it kind of holds more weight than just having a channel with no fucking obligation. And also it slides it through the algorithm because they want to make money, and they're going to use you to make it. So but yeah, so that's came to me last night. I was thinking, I got to reading the terms of services. I'm like, man, these dirty bastards. I just I already knew it, but it was like, okay, let's just do it just for fun. After I get some other paperwork out the way, I'm going to start on it, and I'll let you know how it goes and show y'all the process, show you guys what I got on there. And shit, if somebody wants to start, when I start sharing it, create your own shit. If you got any little knowledge on, it's pretty much just pointing out things from their own shit. Look at past lawsuits that got them into court, taking those things out of there and incorporating it into your shit. Because YouTube's been fucking sued so many goddamn times. So, and then, their big long spew of medical misinformation is but there shouldn't be any channel on YouTube, because according to their own terms of service, just mentioning anything to do with anything they can make it a violation, So it's like, damn. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. But anyway, shout out to all you guys. Yeah, it does, Zach, right. But they will delete it. You're right. But maybe incorporate Google AdSense into it. And I know how to use Google AdSense very well. I just never use it on YouTube. But so I'm gonna look into that also and create a channel under that and see how it works. Not that I'm looking to I'll probably just fucking donate anything that comes through there to something. I don't know. But yeah, so fun times ahead. But this is downtown Rochester, New York. Again, shout out to all you guys. Bend Over, Geometry Effect, News 25, Zach, Dame Cuts, Purple Beats, Mateo, Jared, 208 Productions, and whoever else watches this later. Shout out to all you guys. Gertz. Hopefully some of my other brothers and sisters will make it over here. I haven't seen them in a while. That was on my other channel. It's just simply amazing. They would be here every day. Every time I did a stream, they was here first, and and I don't see them no more. And it's like crazy. It's like, wow. You don't know that I got other channels. I mean, every day I got this channel, but I don't see them no more. So it's kind of crazy how that works. But it still amazes me how you can be certain. It's just crazy how you can be screaming about you got all these other channels, and then people won't even make it over. And then if you magically I can go on a channel that I ain't been on in like 3 months, and they'll say, oh, where you been? Yeah, right, where you been? I'm like, what the fuck? Seriously? don't even understand. I don't even understand. I can't even wrap my mind around that. So, yeah. Other than that, shout out to everybody still spreading the love. As long as we keep the love going around, while we're not out on the ground, I think it's a good thing. And I've seen everybody doing it, making videos, all through the energy of OKC. We're all still, sharing each other's stuff, talking about each other, and that's good. And shout out to Fake Mike Real News and Zach, who's kind of been crossing, platforms, and shout out to Fake Mike, who's been crossing platforms into the auditing community, trying to link these communities and people who they call truthers, and together, because it's needed. And it's beautiful that people are coming, people from the auditing community is making it over to Gematria, and vice versa, and then vice versa. So it's good. We got to hit some more. We got to hit some more communities. Reach some more people. I got a feeling that good old Jimmy Kimmel and his old Gematria skit with the Trumper, which I think the whole shit was staged. It's kind of like a damage control. Oh wow, it's funny. This is the synchronicity, Zach. It's funny. This is your topic today because my goal is today to help Denise get a lawyer to help her with what happened in Minneapolis. She has to sue to get the footage from the airport. But she can get do a FOIA request. Either a FOIA or a FOIL. It's one or the other. And they have to give it to you. Or you just do notice of intent to sue. Very easy, small document to the airport or whatever authority is there, and probably the municipality. If it's an international airport, it might be under the city, or it might be under the county. I don't think it would be under the state, but you just put a notice with intent to sue, and you attach the the arrest record number to it. You include the officers, any officers involved, any authority involved. Who did it? If it was TSA, I don't know. If it was TSA, I mean, that's, if they held you, I mean, it all depends on what went on. You got jurisdiction, all kinds of shit, because some airports are federal property. So, I mean, there's a lot of, you got TSA, they're federal. So, I mean, there's a lot of things, but it's definitely, So, yeah, FOIL request. They have to get that. And there's forums online that tell you exactly how to do a FOIA request. It's very easy. Just put up how to file a FOIA request, and they'll tell you. And if they're denying that shit, they got to release it. But then again, if it's federal, there's other, you got the federal FOIA request is different, but they have one. So there's the FOIA request for federal is different from how we get from, states and local municipalities. But they still have a FOIA request, the Freedom of Information process. So, yeah, interesting though. That's the synchronicities. And it goes back to, spreading the love around. And like I said, linking everybody together. And like I said, like I was saying about, Jimmy Kimmel coming on with that skit, which I think it was totally fucking staged because, you know, the lady was like, ABC 123 Trump hat. They want to kind of like incorporate it with Trumpers. My whole thing's about, well, damn, this lady just screamed gematria out of her mouth. Maybe she's just waking up, but if she knows about gematria, I don't think she would be wearing a Trump hat, and I don't think she would be waving a fucking flag. She might have been in there in support and been like, yeah, I rock out with, you know, with all of my Trump-loving, freedom-fighting people. You know, but this is what it is. As simple as ABC and 1, 2. I wouldn't have had on, you know, I mean, it just is what it is. And then they kind of mocked it. So, you know, I honestly think that we're going to see more of that. Like I said, I do believe that there's going to be some kind of shill pop up that's going to have a lot of subscriptions. It's going to be talking gematria, and then all of a sudden going to spin it and try to create division and, you know, all kinds of shit. I just feel like they're going to try that, and, you know, just another category, because they're like, oh, we don't got a label on this shit, you know, because they clearly saw OKC, and they're like, well, we don't got a label on this one. We don't have a label on this one. Then mysteriously only zapped the 2 videos where we were showing just that. Come on. I mean, that, no. You know, that just don't happen. So, I do believe that that's in the pipeline somewhere. There's going to be some gematria effect. Shill pop out. And they're going to get a big following. And they'll probably start attacking, you know, Zach and others and on this side, and, you know, probably sitting there coming out with some other ridiculous, I mean, they really can't affect it, but they'll try. They can't affect what it is, and they'll be easy to sniff out, you know, just like every once in a while there'll be a new, you know, one of those new what do they call it, TDA account, like secret account guys pop up and fresh out of fucking prison talking about, oh yeah, you know, the UCC process and get a car, all this stupid shit. They pop up every now and then and try to lure new people in that are waking up to this shit and snag them up, and then next thing you know, they got federal fucking charges for fraud and shit for fucking with all this you know, social security, federal government process bullshit. You know, so they do that from time to time. So I wouldn't be surprised. And I think that Jimmy Kimmel thing was a fucking coincidence. So it's just very fucking strange. That arrest right there, you know, get the footage and go from there. Sue their ass. So that's what I would do. And you know, they held you for, especially if it was some old bullshit, and they held you for 24 hours, 23 hours. It's crazy. But I think that's about it for me. Might come on later. But thanks everybody. And let's just keep on spreading the love, man. And hopefully we get one soon. I know Trey Vietnam, he was like, yo, we need to, you know, everybody's like, yo, we gotta gather before. I'm all with it. And I think it could happen. And tactic is where there's some big festival in some city where we could just mingle with people at festivals. Majority of people are happy, you know, so they'd be more welcoming. And a lot of these festivals contain art, which the art-minded people are more whatever that word is, to new information, to actually thinking, and, you know, something to do with art, you know, on that side of the brain, you know, is a connection to waking the fuck up. That's why they eliminate art and music in schools and shit like that, because it's a thought process, a expression, a going into your mind and expressing your energy and feelings. And I think that at an art festival, a large one, is a success, man. Or at an event or something where there's people at that normally, where there's people that are, you know, in an area at a weekend, you know, be a good idea, you know, something. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. So I thought about July 4th too. I mean, most people are off, but a lot of people are like, oh, I want to spend it with my family. But then again, a lot of us that are waking, we don't really got the families like that anyway. So it's kind of good day. I did think of that before. It also is Independence Day. And, you know, I thought about that, you know, maybe talk about that at a later point. But I agree, it's perfectly in the middle. You know, because you got May, it's about to start, and you got June. We got 2 whole months. And then after July, you'll have, you know, the rest of July, then you have August, then, you know, have basically another 2 months. You know, so I believe it can happen. You know, just getting together again, and, you know, more people will come, more bonds will come, more energy, more good vibes, and you never know what the hell will happen. So, like I said, if anybody's scared, this energy does not come around us. It can try, but it can't. I've been out there with Black Lives Matter, Antifa, where I'm a clear fucking target. I'm clearly evil. My energy was easy to see, and I was approached. And when I turned that energy back on them, they just, boom, it's like a scary movie. It's the weirdest shit ever. They, you know, they turn and they just don't even fuck with you. They don't want to be nowhere near your energy. Not in a violent way, but just it's a weird glitch. I don't know how to explain it, but I've been to enough BLM protests to know exactly that. So there's nothing really to worry about, because that energy is going to stay away from you, and when we're in a bigger group, it's going to stay away from us more. It's like how BLM and Antifa, me and Wise talked about this, right? Me and Wise talked about this, how they do actual rituals. I watched them, documented them doing actual rituals at the protest, and the police are literally in a fucking trance. And it's like, it's the weirdest shit ever. It's like they're calm. They're, you know, when they're throwing grenades and grenade smoke and spraying shit, these motherfuckers are just calm and cool and just blank fucking look, because they have there's an energy that comes with these protests that infects the police. Like literally. Like we've seen it in New York City. I think what her name was, Tara. She documented that shit, live streaming it, of her getting attacked and just spit on and maced and silly stringed and all kind of shit. Went to the cops and they didn't even acknowledge her. They basically said, well, you know, like, get away from me. Like, because they were under a trance. What I'm saying is, when we're together, we have that same ability and energy to change everything everywhere we go. And in OKC, that's what we did. Even the cops were not, when we were together, they were not fucking, like, we didn't even get a cop that was just a fucking tyrant. And even Will, he engages cops and usually always gets a negative reaction to where tyrant in him, and he had to turn the camera off a couple times. And he even thanked them, and even said, thanks for de-escalating. It was just like this energy we held was beautiful. So what I'm telling everybody is, don't worry about everybody's always worried. It's time to be unworried, because if you see the fucking train coming, it's way down the street. You shouldn't worry about it now, but you should just be aware of it, and it's coming. So it's time to just say, fuck it. You know what I mean? Jump in 2 feet. Jump in that cold water 2 feet. So that's my take on it. Right. Watch out for the Antifa bear spray. Exactly. But if there was a large group of us, that wouldn't have happened. Because what you do, when you deal with these people, you don't engage them. You simply face them and say, what's going on? Simple. You don't even engage them. I've literally had them approach me like 8 or 9 of them. Like, who are you? All in my face and everything, like surrounding me and shit. And I got a little intimidated, but I was protected. I'm good. I'm like, okay, I'm looking, I'm analyzing it all before I even got there. I said, look, I'm good. Whatever happens right here, I'm good. It's gonna be some leaky people. I'm good. I'm not even worried about it. And but they won't bother you. They will, it's just a certain thing. You don't need to give them back what they want, which is negativity. You just simply keep on speaking the truth. That's it. Just give them the truth. I've been at one rally. Guy walked up to me. He's like, there's security. He's like, who are you? And I turned, simply faced him, face on, chest forward, eyes looked right at him and said, why? And he just turned and fucking took off the other way. Because they can feel it. They can feel your energy. When you're in this, they can feel that shit. So I'm telling anybody, and Zach, don't even worry about that shit. It'll never happen again. Don't worry about it. It's a different energy now. So, and if you ever have to defend yourself, that's just the way it gotta go. But no worries, because we don't even have to do that. So, right, that's what they look for. That's their tactic. That's why I never would give them any negativity. I would just say, yeah, I would be nice to them. Not nice, but I would just give them the truth. Like, no feel. I'm just giving them. When I was approaching them here in Rochester at Mayor Lovely Warren's house, right? I even told them, and I knew, because I told everybody, I said, look, before I got there, I said, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say all lives matter to them. And when we were congregating, they were all in my face, and they were this and that, and I was like, I told them, I said, look, I just drove through 3 homicide scenes, 2 stabbings. You guys are out here at a mayor's house who's not here, okay? You guys aren't going on her property. I said, if this was a real protest, this house would be on fire, in flames, if you were truly mad. I said, you guys won't even go on her property. Therefore, that lets me know there's somebody around here watching and sitting and making sure this goes off as planned. I said, you know what? I get it. I rock out with you guys. Why are you not over in this neighborhood? Oh, we do go to those neighborhoods. I said, I don't see you there. I said, you guys are not there. I said, you guys are not in those neighborhoods. And I said, I get what you guys are doing. I said, I come from those areas. I'm black. I said, I get what you guys are doing. I said, but, and I said it, all lives matter. They went to, oh, hooping and hollering. Oh, yeah, oh, see, you got it all twisted. See, don't know. And then they like dispersed and fucking left me alone. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I sat there and documented them blocking the street from actual black people trying to get through home, get to their families, and they wouldn't let them through. Some of them almost got ran over by other black folks who were mad and didn't agree with what the fuck they were doing. And some other dudes from the hood was about to bring back the hood and fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, I literally caught the whole contradiction, the whole bullshit of their whole movement in one moment. Literally, a fake protest, all right, at a mayor's house who was not home, who they literally were doing the fucking NFL sideline tiptoe out of bounds because they didn't want to step on her property. I caught one of them, got his foot on the property, realized it, and took it off like, oh shit, like it was a hot zone. Because they know if they go on her property, they can get arrested. And I told them, I said, if this was a fucking protest, they would literally, if this was a real protest with real angry people about what's going on, the house would be in flames and the fire department would be here. All right, it would be broken windows and spray paint all over the house. I mean, y'all spray painted and destroyed the whole fucking city anyways. Now, this is the mayor that you're demanding answers, demanding step down, but the house is still standing, and you guys are out here dancing and shit while black people, right, are being murdered in the streets of Rochester. Come on, make it make sense, man. And I talked to a lot of people, a lot of other black people from the hood that were on scene, and they didn't agree with none of the shit they were doing. Because they have a certain energy that they embody and they attract. They knew the minute I walk up, I don't belong. I went to when they blocked the highway. They knew I didn't belong there. They sniffed me out. They're like, oh, and I had on a goddamn mask. They're like, oh, you're that guy. You're that guy. I'm like, yep, I am that guy. Went and documented the whole fucking thing. And then they were gonna block the highway. Now this was all about defund the police and fuck the police and we don't need y'all. We run the streets, that shit. But I went to the protest where they were going to block the street and they canceled it because they didn't have the protection of the fucking police on the highway. And I had found two people. I'm like, doesn't that sound weird? They were like, yeah. And we came all the way out here to protest and we thought we was blocking the street. I said, well, does that make any sense? They wanted to defund the police, right? But they called it off because they couldn't get the police to block the highway. And they were scratching their head. They looked at me like that. What the fuck? Deer in the headlights moment. I said, yeah, isn't that kind of strange? So, you know, I'm like, yeah, it is fucking strange. And, you know, didn't mean to go off in a tangent. But, sorry. Went off fucking course with that. It was a ritual that Andy Nogo had the footage up and 5 seconds used to promote his book. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Exactly. You know, they do, man. They do literally live rituals. They have sage, they got the chants, they got the drum, and this is to rock the police to sleep. Like this is some witchcraft. Hot, like they'll tell you the females that are ahead of LGBT that run Black Lives Matter will tell you they're into doing rituals and spells. All right, this is what they do. All right, that shit ain't gonna affect me, but may affect somebody who's not spiritually in line around me, and that's what happened. And you know, that's a story that I'll share at some point in my life, you know. And some people know it, but you know, us, it won't affect us. Those that hold the light, it's not going to affect. But you know, if there's somebody around that doesn't have that light, it will infect them. Better believe it. Like this spiritual shit is very real. Even if you don't believe in it, look around you, because these motherfuckers use this shit on us every fucking day. So, you know, you can believe it or not, but they use it. I done been out in the field too many times to see it in play right before my eyes. Like literally, you know, literally. So, oh man. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna wrap this up. And love you guys. And like I said, if Zach, if you're still on here, I mean, put it out there. If people are, you know, I mean, only excuse that people should have on July 4th is that's the only time they got with their family. Well, guess what? Bring them too. Most people are off on July 4th. So, you know, I mean, at some point, you got to jump in. If somebody watched anything we've done and had that one little glimpse of, damn, I should have went. That's your conscience. That's God. That's whatever you believe in is speaking to you to go and just feel the energy, because it's happening everywhere. And all the awakening communities or fascists, it's people are realizing they're coming together. And even the auditing communities, big channels, one of them is San Joaquin Transparency, is the same exact day that we were coming back from OKC. You know, shout out to Will Turbot. I won't mention what was in the call, but hey, Will Turbot talked to San Joaquin and he agreed that it's time to come together. And I'm like, wow, this is fucking crazy. Like, he literally just called Will and told him that it's time for us to come together. And we're literally on our way back from us coming together. You know, and it's kind of like, wow. And now I see San Joaquin is talking about coming together. You know, so it's beautiful. It's time. And then there's other groups. There's the indigenous indigenous people that have been on, trying to, wake people up. It's like, yo, now's the time to put out all our differences and come together, So it is that time, man. It definitely is that time. So, So, what's good, Julian? But, yeah, so, I don't know if anybody's watching. It says one person is on the damn thing. So, again, if my screen still, usually my screen goes black by now, but, I don't know. Let me know if I'm still here. Okay, I'm still here. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks. Purple Beats. All right, audio and video is good. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, that's about it, man. I'm about to get up off here. Nice outside. Well, it looks nice outside. It's a little bit cool, but we'll see what today has in store on this Friday. What's today's date? I think today's like the 29th or some shit. Yeah, 29th. So again, shout out to all you guys. Shout out to everybody who watched this later. But if y'all watch this, come drop a comment. If y'all think that we should gather, before, September, I do believe we can. We'll get a whole nother group of people, so. Yes, thanks, Julian. All right, y'all, about to get up off here. Peace and love. Again, this video will shut off because I don't know, YouTube has this shit where the minute I cut the stream off and it goes private, but once I get off here, I'll switch it back to public, so should come back on or whatever. You'll still be able to view it, but I don't know, that's what YouTube be doing to me. So I'm gonna stop it and put it into public. Peace and love, y'all.